Hello and welcome to a crafter story. So my story today is about not wanting to waste a leaf that fell on my counter. And if you think, well, that's a bit weird, I get it, but I'll explain, I promise. And so my son bought us a poinsettia, and it's beautiful. It's got these great big, juicy, just red, gorgeous leaves. And this one, a few have fallen now, but this one in particular is so big, and it just fell this morning, and I was about to pick it up and throw it in the trash can, and I was like, I can't do it, I can't do it, I can't throw it away. I'm going to figure out how to use this somehow. And I have done some eco-dyeing with isopropyl alcohol in the past, and I think we can do this again. So you guys are along for the journey with me. Now, I have my press, my flower press, which honestly, you guys, is just a breadboard. I've got two breadboards. I drilled some holes in the breadboard and put these long screws in. And then when the second breadboard goes on, you'll see just now, I just have these butterfly screw top thingies. I'm not super handy, but I'll show you, so you guys can tell me what they are if you know. I ain't got a clue. I don't know. I just know they fit, and they screw on and they compress everything. So I took the alcohol. It's 91% isopropyl alcohol, and I threw it in my little spray bottle. And then I put some coffee into it, but the coffee won't dissolve in the alcohol, and I didn't know that. I mean, I can shake it up and it'll move around, but it won't, kind of like one of those snowballs, but it won't mix. And so when I did shake it up and try and spray it, it clogged up my little spray bottle. So I don't know if I can rescue it. I'll try later, but for now I'm gonna have to go with plan B, and that is just to get all of this into a little bowl. And what I need the alcohol because it's, I think, going to draw the color out of the leaf. It kind of did in my past experience of trying this. And the coffee really is just to take away some of the stark whiteness of the watercolor paper. Now this is 140-pound cold pressed watercolor paper. I don't buy the expensive kinds, you guys. I just play around with watercolors. I'm trying to teach myself, and so I do little bits and pieces like this. I'm getting a little more adventurous and trying to do little landscapes. I sat doing a few yesterday, but so this kind of paper is this just fine. All right, so let's start. First, I just took a grocery bag, cut it up and put it down, because if you don't, with the alcohol, the paper almost glues to the wood. I think this is bamboo, so that's not going to work for you. So I'm going to take some of this alcohol coffee stain. I don't know how much of the actual coffee is going to well, we're just gonna have to see, right? Let's just see what happens. So that's the back end. This will be the and open a window. The stuff, it's got it pungent. It is quite strong. The no, I keep saying coffee. Maybe this alcohol's getting to me. I'm already a little woohoo. But yeah, the alcohol's strong. Please ventilate. Do this in some ventilation. Now, I wonder if I think I'm gonna grab my coffee bottle, my instant coffee, because, and I just buy the El Cheapo coffee from the dollar store. I don't have a teaspoon here, so I'm just gonna do this, and we'll see what happens, right? Or maybe that's a bit much. Okay. Let's see. Now I'm going to take my little leaf and put her down. I think she's going to look gorgeous. Just gorgeous. All right, now with this other piece, oh gosh, how am I going to, oh, I'll just have to hold it. There are two textures to this paper. One is a smooth side, which you can use, obviously, if you want to. I'm preferring to use deciding to use the textured side, because I think it'll just add a little something, you know, to the end product. And so alcohol on this paper doesn't soak in, or does it? Maybe it just dries on top. I'm going to take that back because I actually don't know. It just looks like it doesn't soak in, right? So I'm going to do this. That should do it. All right, so there's our leaf. This is just the right size, maybe for a greeting card. Oh, I can hear the crunch under the paper from the coffee. So I hope it wasn't a mistake to put more coffee down. We're going to learn together, you guys. I'm going to take another piece of plastic and put it on top of this. And then I want to try another. I was walking to go and get the mail yesterday, and I walked past one of our neighbors, and they had a whole bunch of these. They've already lost their green color, but they're still quite pliable. They're not dried out yet, maybe because they've been lying in the wet grass. I don't know. And I thought, gosh, I wonder, you know, because maybe this will work the same. So I just picked up a few, and okay, I suppose I should be honest. I didn't pick up a few. I came home with a shopping bag of leaves. Oh gosh, because I think I can use them, and just in a week or whatever, they'll be gone, and I can't use them. And if I don't use them, I'll throw them out in the recycling with the yard waste. But in the meantime, if I can use them, I have them. So okay, I fessed up that I pilfered leaves. I fessed up that pilfered leaves off the neighbor's lawn. Dead leaves. Don't tell him, okay? Don't tell him I pilfered his leaves off his... Oh, brother. Okay, I'll just put it there. Let's see if I don't know if I should do this since the leaves are already brown. So I won't maybe put as much. Okay, not as much. Why did I put it on there? I was supposed to put it on the paper. Oh my gosh. Oh well. See, my guilty conscience for stealing leaves from the neighbors. Playing on my conscience. I'm pretty sure they're not going to mind that I picked up the dead leaves on their lawn. I'm pretty sure I will not get into trouble for that. So let's see how we might want to... Should we do that? And I think in art, you know, you have the law of three. I'm not always going to adhere to that law of three, but I understand the balance or the thought process behind why that might work. So I think that might look good, right? Oh, it's overlapping. Scoot him. Bring this down so we can get the tip of that guy in. I think that works. I don't have much of this left, so I'm just going to kind of dump it. I'm pretty sure this is not good for my hands, but whatever. I'm sure at least I'll be... Oh man, I moved the leaves. Why did I do that? I'm being clumsy. Ah, Celeste, don't be clumsy. Clumsy is not good. I've got a little bit of extra here. Really coat this with the alcohol. me flip it over. Okay, I'll just do that. There's no real reason to put anything onto the back of the cards because you may not see it, but if you decide to make this, you know, if you're pasting it down, but if you decide to make this into a journaling card, then you're absolutely going to see the back, and then having some coffee stain on the back's going to be nice. Okay, so I don't really have tissue, but that's okay. So now I have another piece of my plastic, and you know, you could keep going. You could have layer upon layer upon layer and just keep going with this. I've done, I don't know, 12 layers at a time, and it's come out really nicely, and I've had big sheets. So let me get the top of my press now. Give me 1 second, it's over on the other table. Let me get that down. It's well used, as you can see. It's got all the stain on it. So I'm going to come across, just get this in here. And that top piece of plastic was, again, just to protect the board and the paper. Okay, and get my washers and pop these in. And you guys, I made this myself. It was my mom and I. My mom's tiny, but she's mighty. And so she and I just got the drill out, and we just drilled the holes. Obviously measured it first where the holes are going to be, drilled the holes, bought these at our local hardware store, and it cost almost nothing. And I got this, I would love to have a bigger one, so I think with time I'm probably going to head off to the hardware store, one of those big box hardware stores, see if I can find myself a bigger piece of wood, because it doesn't quite take a piece of printer paper. I'll show you. It doesn't quite take it. It has overlaps, and so I need to get one that'll, and obviously that guy doesn't fit either. So I need one that'll fit a larger piece of paper. So I've had to do folded papers. Oh, got coffee under my nails. Okay, this is this butterfly thingy-mabobby contraption. That I just use now to really get this down, and you won't be able to see it, but sometimes I put this on the floor and I stand on it with my 2 feet, and then I bend over and I really get this tight, you know, because I weigh something pounds. And it just helps to get, oh come on, it just helps to get a little extra pressure onto the leaves and the paper. And I'm going to do that quickly. Give me 1 second, please excuse me, while I stand on this and just really tighten it down. And then once it's tightened, I'm going to leave it for, wait, I'm coming, I'm almost there. Okay. Hopefully all the cookies I've eaten recently helps with the pressure. See? Cookies are good for crafting. Okay, so I've got this down. It's nice and tight. You can see it's nice and tight. That's squishing it down nicely. And maybe in a couple of hours I'll come and I'll stand on it again, maybe give it a bit of a tighten again. And we will come back. I will come and visit with you guys again in probably tomorrow morning, I think, and we'll open this together and see if it worked. I don't know. We'll open it and see. It'll be a nice surprise. All right, I'll see you in the morning. Hello, good morning. I'm back. It's the next morning. It's about 5:30 in the morning. I'm usually up at this time to get my son out the door. So I thought we can look and see what happened with the leaves and the coffee and the alcohol. And alcohol smells not so bad anymore. It's gone. So let's start. Oh, look at that coffee stain. Okay, well, the coffee stain's not disappointing. It's a good start. Let's see. These are the brown leaves. What happened? Oh, it looks like something. It looks like something has stuck. Oh. Okay, I think if I'm careful, this coffee and it looks like maybe the coffee and the alcohol made stuff sticky. Oh no, coffee was a bad idea. Oh, let's see. Oh no, it's tearing my paper. Okay. All right, so here are my neighbor's leaves. Oh, that's not bad. It's not so bad. There's some imprints there. So the alcohol does work. I would skip the coffee. It's sticky. It's not. Oh. So I may not be able to use this as an original, but maybe if I am able to somehow get this to stop being sticky, maybe once it dries a little bit, I don't know, maybe I can photocopy this and at least use prints of it. But the coffee is an issue. It's sticky. Okay, so the reverse side wasn't not as impressive, but it's still quite nice. You can still see slight imprints of the brown leaves. There's some indentations where the veins were. That sounds not bad either. I mean, maybe photocopies of these would be better. So let's see how they dry. Okay, this is the one that I'm most excited for, and I'm hoping the coffee didn't. Oh, gosh, I think the coffee. It's okay, you know, it's all an experiment. And let's see if we can pry this loose. And maybe I didn't put as much coffee, I'm hoping. Oh, it's tearing the paper already. Gosh darn it. Why is coffee sticky? I didn't think coffee would be sticky. That's surprising me. But it's a rather large leaf, so it would have taken up quite a bit of the space, which means it doesn't seem like the coffee is sticking to the leaf itself. Just the paper. Oh no. Ah, drat. Oh well. Oh well. Oh, look. Little spots. It's got little spots. That's kind of cute. I think it's nice for collage paper. And that side's even, it's more pronounced. No coffee, no stickiness. Okay, so lesson learned on the coffee. Let's see what this side does. But the alcohol and the leaf imprint is a winner. That part of it did work. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that gorgeousness. It works. Now, normally when I eco dye, I put the paper, the watercolor paper and the leaf and the flower and the stems and the weeds and the whatever I'm putting in, and I layer it up and tie it up and I throw it in a pot and I boil it with alum. So that's quite a process. But if I can do little projects like this just with the alcohol, obviously no coffee, unless I pre-stain, I can try to not sprinkle coffee on and pre-stain the page, let it dry, and then do the print afterwards. That might work. Or maybe coffee or maybe tea. Oh wait, maybe tea stain it, let the paper dry, then do the alcohol and the plants. That might be a better option. So that, I think, really, really did work, and I'm not mad about that at all. It really is nice. I am pleasantly surprised. The color is gorgeous, and I think I could come in with a gold pen and I'll keep this for a little bit just so I can see where the veins were. Come in with a gold pen and just follow where the veins were. Oh, look, if you turn it upside down, it almost looks like a Christmas ornament. See that? Almost like, so maybe I could have come in with little lines like this and maybe a little square bubble at the top there. You know how it attaches to the string. Make this into a Christmas card. I can photocopy it and make a whole bunch of Christmas cards, which I probably would have to do because this is sticky. I can't use it in a journal. It'll stick pages together, but I can photocopy it. I'm hoping that once it dries. So yesterday when I went back into the kitchen, my mom was standing there like this with another leaf in her hand. So I took that one and I didn't use watercolor paper. I just used sketch pad paper, and I just put it under some heavy books because the press was in use. So let's see how that one turned out. So I just put it under a whole bunch of books, and let's see. We'll do a reveal. Oh, stuck to the bottom. We'll do a reveal and see. I did not use coffee, you guys, and this is still, it's still wet. I wonder if that's going to be a factor, the fact that it's still wet, if it means that it's not going to have a print. Should we see? Yeah, no print. It needs to dry. Okay, so I'm going to pack this away and put it in the press, and I'll be back. Hello, I'm back. So it's been, I'd say, about 10 hours since I took that second red leaf and put it into and I had it on the sketch pad paper, and I went and I put it onto the press. So it's been about 10 hours. I tried also to take another leaf, which I didn't fall off the plant. I went and stole it. And I just put it on some watercolor paper that I brushed with a little bit of tea. I don't think the tea really made too much of a difference. It was very weak tea, but let's see. So the reveal is, we're going to do it together, okay? I think this top one is the watercolor paper. Yes, it is. No coffee this time, so there shouldn't be any sticking, but it was still with the alcohol. Oh, well, we've got a bit of a ghost print there. Let's see what this, oh my gosh, you guys. Oof, it's not quite dry, and the alcohol it's still quite strong. Okay, so goodness gracious, it is. I needed to open the window and I didn't. Okay, so we've got the ghost print and we've got the actual print. They're really beautiful. What I really like about this one is the actual little indentations of the leaf has been embossed, I think is when it goes up, so indented, imprinted, I guess, into the paper. So it's really beautiful. So we'll put that one aside. That was definite success. No coffee, just a little bit of tea. It took some of the whiteness off the paper, but I would have liked maybe a little bit more. I don't know if that would have muted the purple, but everything's an experiment. Now this next paper is the sketch pad paper. Oh, I can already see. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh, let's get rid of some of this plastic. And get rid of some of that plastic. All right, let's see what the reveal is here. And I wanted to do the two different papers so that we could see if paper made a difference. I think paper does make a difference because I think the print that you get let's take this, let me take this away. Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm probably going to be climbing under my desk just now to find it. Okay, just to get back to the sketch pad paper, that is what, this one gave us a ghost print on the top. This one gave us more of a definite print. The underneath of our watercolor paper gave us a definite print. The underneath of the sketch pad paper, let's see what that did. Oh, that one gave us a ghost print. Maybe I put the leaves down, you know, differently. So basically we've got two ghost prints and two definite prints. Let me make sure you guys can see that properly. Yes. Okay, yeah. So for me personally, the watercolor paper is the winner. I think that's going to definitely be the way that I'm going to go. I don't pay a lot for this paper. I think it was $10 for 50 sheets at my one of the big box grocery stores that we frequent, that we go and shop at. I still like this though. There's still something I can do with it. I'm gonna figure it out. So here is the, I guess, the equivalent with the coffee. Oh gosh, fingers. That is the equivalent. And as this one dried, it darkened a little bit. So I'm suspecting that this one will do the same. It'll get a little bit darker. And I do like the coffee here. And it did, the stickiness did go away. But pulling it apart was a problem. So that is a consideration with the coffee. Okay, so that definitely works. I'm really happy with that. I want to show you what I did with these two. I took these two and I photocopied them when they were dry, and the stickiness had gone away. I dared it. I thought, oh, let's see if any of the stickiness is going to land up on on the, you know, the glass of the printer, but it was fine. So I photocopied them, and I'm going to just leave that there if you guys don't mind, because they're wet and I don't want to faff around with them. I'm scared that the paper will break, especially this thinner paper. So if you guys don't mind, I'm just going to let these be. But I went ahead, and I don't know if you guys remember earlier on, I said to you, what if you took this and you flipped it, and to me it looked like a Christmas decoration, right? A Christmas tree decoration. So I did. I made the photocopy, flipped it around so that it had that, you know, kind of was down. And I just drew some squiggles and lines and dots and made this little, you know how there's that little metal bit at the top of a bobble thingy, where the string is put in, and I drew that on, and I put it on a little bit of cardstock, and now it's a card. So that turned out really nicely. So that poinsettia leaf that we eco-dyed with the 91% isopropyl alcohol and the coffee, and photocopied it, and voila. So that came out really nice. I'm going to dare to put it down. I hope it's not going to mess up with it. That's still wet, but it's okay. I'm just going to cross fingers. Now with this guy, I went ahead and photocopied him. And it's going to be, I didn't quite finish because I just got back home, and I quickly just pasted it onto some green cardstock and got my ink dauber and kind of dirtied up the edges a little bit. I came in with a black pen and just followed where I thought the lines of the leaves were. And then I've got some of this homemade watercolor that I picked up on Etsy, and I used this bronze, and I just, with my brush, and I just tapped on a whole bunch of that gold watercolor. Can you see? I wonder if I got, if I did that, can you see how those little dots of bronze? I hope you can see that. And I just thought that would make a really nice, if you're doing an eco-themed type journal, that could look really nice in there. So whenever you see all those videos where they boil the paper and put in the alum and it's this whole recipe, you can absolutely do that. I still do that. But you could do this too, just with a flower press or some heavy books, some rubbing alcohol. And oh, by the way, you get a 70% rubbing alcohol, and although it does work with this, it doesn't work as well. So the stronger alcohol is definitely the way to go, the 1991%. And then you will get beautiful prints that you can then photocopy and make cards or journaling cards, or maybe if I were to put this in a journal, it could be a pocket with a little side pocket. Yeah, honestly, you guys, go bananas, try different things, and see what you can come up with. And I would really love to know what you did with your eco-dyed, alcohol eco-dyed plant goodies. Well, this was an adventure. It really was an adventure for me, and thank you so much for coming along for the ride, and spending the time with me as we experimented with this. And I always appreciate your time. Thank you so much for visiting with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.